What are your expectations for the new budget?
Good morning, everyone. So I think there are 3-4 things that we need to focus on. One is the extent of fiscal consolidation that the government will show in the budget. Expectations are between, let's say, 5.8, 5.9% as a fiscal deficit to GDP, coming off from 6.4% in FY23. And with that, we also need to see an increase in the capital expenditure. The growth should be high. That's a second expectation that the markets will have from the budget. So anywhere between 20-25% growth in capital expenditure by the central government, which effectively would mean around 3% of GDP in terms of the budgetary capital expenditure, is something that would be looked at positively by the markets. The third one is in terms of the borrowing, how much of the borrowing is done by the government this year. Expectations are between 15 to 16 trillion rupees. Anything beyond that will be seen negatively, but 15 to 16 trillion should be par for the course in terms of the government's borrowing from the markets in terms of the dated securities. The final one is in terms of any kind of tax changes. One of the things that have been on the investors' mind is the capital gains taxes, any kind of changes in that in terms of the rates or the holding period for the long-term capital gains rates. So I think that will be important to focus on for the budget, and possibly in terms of the giving some relief to the consumers, the lower and the middle income segment of the population. The government could look at rationalizing some of the income tax slabs also. So I think overall, I think there are multiple targets that the government has to kind of aim at, and I think it's the budget lies in a fine balance in some sense between a fiscal consolidation and kind of pushing growth also while the global economy kind of slows down.